when we were doing Ebola, there was nothing like molecular diagnostics in Nigeria, I can say. It was a shame, sir, that the German government had to donate a machine for us to test, for testing, just testing. We built one at the UPTH to take some samples here. And there was one in Lagos and maybe another one at Irua that we were dealing with, converting for Lassa fever and all the rest. But what are the gains of this day? Today, even Rivers State, we have up to 10 PCR machines. And that is a gain for this. So healthcare is moving forward in Nigeria, whether you like it or not, is moving forward. Incidentally, and with honor and with humility, that we are gathered here with due respect and honor to those that are not from this side of the geography of Nigeria, that we have someone that God has given grace to bring it to the private sector, that we have our own place we can do our testing. At least the first place we can do our testing here in Nigeria and in Rivers State. That was my passion, man, for making sure that I go into this molecular testing business, that we have it ourselves and we can do it our own way. We will do affordable, reliable testing. Affordable, reliable testing in all the lines we have said we will do. First of all, the craze now is COVID, but we are talking about beyond COVID. I am a fan of malaria research. I am one that will tell you that a lot of times you go to our usual malaria 1+, 2+ things. You take it 1+, the next day you go back, another plus. There is molecular testing for malaria. It may be a little bit more expensive, but when you say that you don't have malaria, it means that you should check something else that is wrong. I will help you do a study. We don't just want to do retail testing. This is a research center to see what is going on. When people keep on having fever that is resistant to treatment, some of them call it pyrexia of unknown origin. We want to know what is it, and it's at the molecular level you can really find out.
Congratulating Dr. Sampson Parker and his team for their noble initiative in setting up this facility, and indeed their worthwhile investment in the health sector in line with the Rivers State policy on private sector participation in healthcare delivery in the state. It is my prayer that God Almighty will continue to guide and protect them and bless their efforts as they commence business of molecular diagnostics and research in Port Harcourt.
I'm happy to see that your services are quite widely ranged, even including respiratory panel analysis, assays, and other services, paternity, maternity DNA. I'm sure our men will be very interested in that because they're always wanting to doubt things they should not doubt. They should, and will not believe the things they should believe. But there are a lot of services, not just only about COVID-19. But we thank you very much, and we'll continue to encourage and support this great endeavor. And thank our governor for giving you the approval for it.
First of all, on behalf of all the medical laboratory scientists in Rivers State, I want to especially congratulate you, Dr. Sampson Parker, and your family for this visionary stride. Actually, last year, when my children wanted to go to school and we needed to do a PCR COVID-19 test, in Abuja, there are more than 40 of them. But back home, we can count how many molecular laboratories. So it's a bit of concern to me. And then seeing this happening today, we are very happy. We are motivated. We know we're going places as medical laboratory scientists.
It's is one of the best events of the year 2022. Dr. Parker has been a very close friend and was one of the very strong man during Ebola 2014 and was so instrumental to NCDC during that period when we were having Ebola outbreak. So for him to have thought of this and brought it to this level, I really commend him, and I really want Rivers State government to support him in every aspect. You know, if you have 4 or 5 of people like this, you know, having a private molecular laboratory, you know, it will go a long way for us to really solve the problem of health issues in the state, even in the country. And his vision was to move this establishment to other parts of the country, so which is a very good development. And I believe government will support him, and we from NCDC, we are going to support him in terms of capacity building. I knew very well that you know, as a public health professional and somebody that have passion for health, I know with, you know, mobilization around and then with sort of support, you'll be able to do it. That was how we started. So last week when Ina called me and said, look, we are ready to launch, I was so happy because I knew how much effort he has put into it. Please, a round of applause for him and his team. He has really done so well, you know, in terms of the processing, in terms of all the checklists that had to go through, in terms of activations, in terms of auditing. So many things have actually gone into it. So you will agree with me that this is a state-of-art laboratory. And when you look at the vision to establish an institute affordable, accessible, reliable, and high-end molecular diagnostics in Nigeria, it's not only for Rivers State, it's for the whole country. So he's actually collaborating with us to have a network of this molecular laboratory, not only in Rivers State, but all over.
NCDCS for letting us have one after so many of their sister states have had. But anyhow, it was unrefusable. But we still thank God that we got one at least. Because even the indigenous ones here are not owned by us. I must say it clear, loud and clear. This is the first one owned by us. So it's double celebration.
Now we know that Rivers State is so blessed that we are going to be healthier than we used to be by reason of this DDW Molecular Laboratory. And we are grateful to God for his servant, Dr. Sampson Parker, whom God has given this vision.
I think the first time I came here, he explained exactly what he wanted to do. And as a company, what we try to do is to build relationships, build processes, and to build partnerships that function. So at the end of the day, I am happy to be here, like I told him, and everything is functioning. So you know, the idea as a company is to empower Africa and grow Africa through genomics and molecular diagnostics.
Well, frankly, I think that it is very important for the number of testings and testing centers to increase so that the amount of tests that are done daily, weekly, monthly can also increase. It gives us a better picture of where we are as a state, a country, a region generally for testing services altogether.
So when we talk of molecular biology, we are looking at life at molecular level. So detecting those molecules require what we call molecular tools. So we are what we are because of the type of molecules we have. And God created this nature with only 4 basic biological molecules, which we all know. Proteins, carbohydrate, lipids, and what we call nucleic acid materials, of which DNA makes up one. But DNA appears to be the most important biological molecule in our lives. Why? Because of all these 4 biological molecules, DNA is the only molecule that can be transferred from generation to generation. You cannot give the color of your skin to your child, but you will transfer it to him through your DNA because that molecules contain all the information about us. That's why we call DNA what? The information storage unit of life. That means everything about us is stored on our DNA. So when a man and a woman meet, it is that DNA that comes together to form a new person. So, and the information about that the new person will exhibit is coming from both parents. So that's why DNA appears to be the most important biological molecule for very important reason. It's the only molecule that can be passed from one generation to another. It is the only molecule that is unique to us. So you and I will never have the same DNA.
Testing in Nigeria is very low. Maybe simply because we don't have enough testing centers. So DDW is just coming to add, to contribute in its little way, in improving the level of testing in this country.